Hollywood's golden age. Glamour on the surface, secrets in the shadows, stars adored by millions, yet trapped by power, contracts, and lies. Behind every smile, heartbreak and betrayal. Tonight we reveal the truth behind the legend. Step into the real Hollywood, where dreams and darkness collide. Thelma Todd, known as the Ice Cream Blonde, was a prominent actress and business owner during Hollywood's early years. She appeared in over 120 films, was recognized for her comedic roles, and operated a cafe on the Pacific Coast Highway that attracted celebrities and tourists. On December 16, 1935, Thelma Todd was found dead in her car, which was parked inside a garage near her business. The official cause of death was carbon monoxide poisoning. Authorities ruled it an accident. The scene was noted for its lack of disturbance. Todd's body and clothing appeared undisturbed, and the car was in good condition. Investigators observed blood on her face and minor bruising, which were not explained by the official report. At the time, Todd was reportedly locked out of her home by her partner, director Roland West, and sought shelter in the garage. The investigation identified several inconsistencies, including the presence of bruises on her throat and the absence of dirt or damage to her shoes and coat. Key individuals connected to the case included Roland West, his ex-wife Jewel Carmen, and Todd's ex-husband Pat DeSicco, who had known associations with organized crime. Despite multiple theories, including possible mob involvement, no charges were filed, and all suspects maintained alibis. The grand jury concluded the death was accidental, with a note of possible suicide, but the findings were widely questioned. Thelma Todd's death remains officially unsolved. The case is still referenced in studies of Hollywood history and forensic investigation. Judy Garland, forever Dorothy, but her rainbow was a mirage. MGM saw her as a commodity, not a child. Her life became a cycle of contracts and prescriptions. Starvation diets, amphetamines to keep her working, barbiturates to force her to sleep, addiction institutionalized by the studio. Her mother, Ethel Gum, started the pills. MGM perfected the system. Spies reported on her every bite, and her appearance was constantly corrected. Mayer mined her pain for profit, demanding tears on command. The innocence in her eyes was acting, her real life, a relentless psychological torment. Judy's story is a chilling indictment of a system that consumed its brightest stars. Behind the magic was a girl systematically broken down for box office gold. Hollywood's Dream Factory left a trail of broken lives in pursuit of perfection. The Wizard of Oz. Childhood wonder on screen, a nightmare behind the scenes. Buddy Ebsen, the original Tin Man, nearly died from toxic aluminum dust in his makeup. Margaret Hamilton, the Wicked Witch, suffered severe burns from a pyrotechnic mishap. Her stunt double was blown off a broomstick. Winged monkeys fell from snapped wires. Toto the dog was injured by a Winky guard. Asbestos snow, toxic paint, and a minefield of practical effects made the set dangerous for all. The quest for spectacle overshadowed safety at every turn. Urban legends grew, but the real horrors were enough. The film's joy was born from pain, poison, and injury. The yellow brick road was paved with hazards. Sometimes the most beautiful dreams spring from the darkest nightmares. Hollywood magic always came at a price. Errol Flynn, on screen a hero, off screen a legend of excess. His Mulholland Drive home was a temple to debauchery with secret peepholes and wild parties. Flynn's yacht, the Zaka, was a floating playground for weeks-long escapades. His practical jokes were cruel, his appetites insatiable, for danger, women, and adventure. He chased thrills as a war correspondent and even interviewed Fidel Castro. In 1942, he was tried for statutory rape, acquitted, but the phrase, "in like Flynn," was born. Flynn burned out at 50, his body ravaged by hard living. He embodied the Hollywood paradox, charming hero on screen, self-destructive off it. His life was a cautionary tale written in champagne and regret, sometimes the real adventure surviving Hollywood itself. The Oscar statuette, Hollywood's ultimate prize. In 2000, 55 Oscars vanished en route to Beverly Hills, sparking a real-life heist drama. The Academy panicked, rushing replacements as the media speculated wildly. 10 days later, scrapyard scavenger Willie Fulgier found 52 of them in a dumpster, thinking they were car ornaments. He returned them, became a hero, and attended the Oscars as a guest. The police traced the theft to 2 shipping company employees, an inside job, not a mastermind plot. 3 Oscars remained missing. 1 turned up in a Miami drug bust. 2 are still lost. For a few weeks, Hollywood's biggest drama was in a loading dock and a dumpster. Even the most glamorous symbols aren't immune to real-world grit. The Oscars' strange journey is a reminder. In Hollywood, truth is always stranger than fiction. Sometimes the real show happens offstage, and sometimes the gold gets lost in the trash. The Hollywood sign, 9 white letters standing tall against the California sky, a beacon of dreams, ambition, and for some, profound heartbreak. It represents the allure of fame, but also the potential for devastating disappointment. Peg Entwistle, a talented and beautiful actress brimming with potential, came to Hollywood in 1932, eager to make her mark. But the glittering facade of the Dream Factory concealed a harsh reality, and she was quickly chewed up and spat out. After what seemed like her big break, a promising role, her scenes were ultimately cut from the final film, crushing her spirit. In despair, she climbed the steep slopes to the Hollywoodland sign, a symbol of her shattered aspirations, and leapt to her death. The day after her tragic end, after her body was found at the foot of the iconic landmark, a letter arrived at her home, offering her a lead role in a play, a darkly ironic twist of fate, as she was to play a woman who commits suicide. Now her ghost is said to haunt the hills around the sign, forever bound to the place where her dreams met their end. Witnesses describe a spectral figure in classic 1930s attire, often accompanied by the faint, sweet scent of gardenia flowers, her favorite. Hikers report phantom footsteps echoing on the trails, and an overwhelming sense of profound sadness and regret permeating the air near the sign. Peg's story serves as a chilling and cautionary reminder of the often unseen human cost behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. She's become something of a patron saint of broken dreams, a symbol of dashed hopes and unrealized potential, forever haunting the city that promised everything to so many, yet delivered nothing but heartache to some. The Hollywood sign, in this context, is both a beacon of opportunity and a stark tombstone, marking the graves of forgotten aspirations. For every dream that is realized under its gaze, countless others are lost forever to the unforgiving hills. Sometimes the brightest hopes and most fervent ambitions cast the longest, darkest shadows. The Black Dahlia, Elizabeth Short, a name that echoes through the decades, a haunting reminder of a life tragically cut short. Her case remains the most infamous unsolved murder in LA history, a chilling enigma that continues to captivate and disturb. In January of 1947, the unimaginable occurred. Her mutilated body was discovered in a vacant lot in Leimert Park, a grim tableau that shocked the senses. The brutality of the crime was unprecedented, instantly shocking the city and capturing the attention of the nation. The investigation that followed quickly devolved into a media circus, a chaotic spectacle of speculation and false leads. Dozens confessed to the heinous crime, each seeking their moment in the spotlight, but ultimately, no one was ever officially charged. Elizabeth was just one of thousands of young women chasing the elusive dream of stardom in post-war Hollywood. She found herself drifting on Hollywood's fringes, caught in the undertow of broken promises and shattered illusions. Her address book, a potential treasure trove of secrets, linked her to both the city's shadowy underbelly and its glittering elite. Over the years, countless theories have emerged, but one of the most compelling is that of Steve Hodel, who points to his own father, Dr. George Hodel. He was a suspect with connections to the surrealist art scene and chilling recorded statements that hinted at a dark and disturbed mind. The murder's ritualistic nature suggests a killer who was not only familiar with the victim, but also adept at hiding in plain sight, someone shielded and protected by their wealth, power, and social status. The Black Dahlia case serves as a dark and distorted mirror reflecting the undercurrents of Hollywood, a place where glamour and rot exist side by side, where dreams of hope can quickly descend into unimaginable horror. Elizabeth's story has become the ultimate cautionary tale, a stark warning about the perils of chasing fame and fortune. She was a young woman consumed and ultimately destroyed by the very city she so desperately hoped to conquer. Her ghost haunts not just that vacant lot in Leimert Park, a silent testament to a brutal crime, but the very idea of Hollywood itself, forever staining its glittering facade. For it is in Hollywood, where the brightest lights often conceal the deepest and most disturbing darkness. In Tinseltown, the line between the allure of a dream and the stark reality of a nightmare is often razor-thin and easily crossed. And some mysteries, like the Black Dahlias, are perhaps never truly meant to be solved. destined to remain forever shrouded in shadow and speculation. The MGM Lion, cinema's most iconic roar, but its story is pure Hollywood chaos. The original lion Slats was filmed in 1924 by trainer Volney Pfeiffer, who treated him as a partner, not a prop. No safety cages, no tranquilizers, just a camera crew and a lion waiting for the perfect shot. Slats never actually roared on film. That sound was added years later. After filming, Pfeiffer drove Slats cross-country for a publicity tour. Near Payson, Arizona, the truck crashed. Slats escaped into the wilderness. For days, panic reigned as a real lion roamed the desert. Pfeiffer finally found Slats, patiently waiting for his trainer. The MGM Lion's journey is a testament to early Hollywood's wild spirit, where madness behind the camera rivaled the magic in front. Sometimes the most legendary icons have the wildest backstories. In Hollywood, even the logo has a tale of survival. And there you have it, the poison, curses, ghosts, and scandals behind Hollywood's golden age. These aren't just stories. They're the ghosts haunting the dream factory, reminders of fame's true cost. Which tale resonated with you? The tragic ambition, the systematic cruelty, or the absurdity of stolen Oscars? Share your thoughts and your own wild Hollywood stories in the comments. If you love digging up classic film secrets, subscribe and turn on notifications. More infamous affairs, shocking crimes, and scandals are coming soon.